Hello, Dr. Joe here. So in today's video, we're going to be looking at how you can buy yourself more than a decade into your lifespan. The weather is a little bit unstable here today. Hopefully, it will let me finish the video before it starts pouring down. It's already drizzling. Anyway, yeah, we're looking at how you can buy yourself more than a decade into your lifespan. And we're going to do that through the lens of a study that was published recently in the New England Journal of Medicine. And it's a very nice study that looked at a very huge data of study participants. Now, it's a study that I want you guys to pay attention to, but don't you worry, because what I have done is extract the juicy bits, and that's what I'm going to be sharing with you. 3 or 4 juicy bits from this very study. The first one is we're going to look at the risk factors that they identified that actually shorten one's lifespan. Okay, there are 5 of them, so we're going to look at that. And we're also going to look at the critical number of those risk factors. Out of those 5 risk factors, the critical number of risk factors that accelerate your age decline. Okay, we're going to look at that. And what else? Well, there are 2 risk factors out of those 5 that if you fix them, will actually add more years to your life. What are those 2? We're going to look at that as well. Okay, so the first thing to do is talk about how the study was conducted. Well, the study authors analyzed data of adults that are aged 50 years and above, okay, between 50 and 90 years of age. And there were over 2 million study participants, okay, over 2 million. And they were spread across 6 continents and over 39 countries. So that's quite a spread. And the cohort size is also huge. So they did a lot of work. So having done all of that work, what were the 5 risk factors that they identified that actually shortened your lifespan? Well, here they are. Number 1, dyslipidemia, okay? Blood fats, cholesterol, okay? So cholesterol issues, number 1. Number 2, high blood pressure, hypertension, that is. Number 3, obesity. Number 4, diabetes. Number 5, smoking. So those were the 5 risk factors. I'll go over them again. Problems with blood fats, cholesterol, hypertension, obesity, diabetes, and smoking. Now, having identified those risk factors, the next thing to do is to find out to what extent those risk factors shortened your lifespan, okay? What I found was that if you were a woman, okay, if you're a woman and you had none of those 5 risk factors, then you lived for 15 years longer than your peers who had 5 of those risk factors. That's for women. What about for the men? Where you lived for 12 years longer compared to your peers who had those 5 risk factors. Of course, the converse is true in the sense that if you had those 5 risk factors, your life was cut short by 15 years if you're a woman, and also cut short by 12 years if you were a man. So that was a significant finding from the study. What else? Well, what they also found was that for women, if you didn't have any of those risk factors, then you were free of cardiovascular disease by 13 years. And if you're a man, you were free of cardiovascular disease by 11 years. So another significant finding. Now let's move on to another finding, which is the critical number of risk factors out of those 5 risk factors that actually accelerated your age decline. What's the number? Well, 3, okay? 3. Obviously, the more of the risk factors you have, the shorter your lifespan is going to be. But 3 is the critical number. If you got 3 or more, then your age decline really accelerated. So that's the other significant finding from the study. Now, out of those risk factors, Which of them, okay? Which of them, if you fix them, really added more years to your life? All right. This is the other point that I got from this very study. Well, two of them, and they are smoking and high blood pressure. Okay. Smoking and high blood pressure. If you fix those two, you gained more years compared to the others. So really critical that you took care of smoking and you also managed your blood pressure. So now, having had all of those findings, let's look at how those risk factors really lead to shortening of your lifespan. We'll start off with smoking. If you smoke, what happens? Well, you are introducing toxins into your body that will lead to development of what we call reactive oxygen species. Those reactive oxygen species lead to cell damage. They also lead to damage of your arteries as well, okay? Plus, of course, the direct effect of the nicotine on your arteries, because nicotine does cause narrowing of your blood vessels, which also contributes to elevation of your blood pressure. So that's for smoking. Diabetes, well, diabetes damages blood vessels over time. So, it's a good idea for you to really get your blood sugar well controlled. What else? Obesity. Well, obesity is a two-pronged attack in the sense that, obesity leads to insulin resistance, and the insulin resistance can lead to diabetes and or high blood pressure. So very, very bad. What else? Hypertension. Well, hypertension causes a direct damage on the arteries. And of course, that enlarges your heart over time. So you've got damage to your arteries, damage to your heart, damage to your kidneys, damage to your brain. It's just mayhem, okay? What else? Cholesterol. Well, we've talked about that a number of times on this channel. Cholesterol over time will lead to build-up of plaque in your arteries that will lead to heart attacks. And of course, potentially that's going to shorten your lifespan. So that is how those 5 risk factors lead to shortening of your lifespan. So you can imagine that a combination of them will spell disaster as far as your lifespan is concerned. It's a very nice study, and those are the bits that you need to know as far as the study is concerned. That's just a synoptic approach to how those 5 risk factors can lead to shortening of your lifespan. We could talk about them all day, okay? But we're not going to do that because you got things to do. So let me know if you have one or more of those risk factors. Okay, just say yes, I've got one or more in the comment section. And I will appreciate it if you do that. And I'm hoping that you got some value from this very video. And also, by the way, if you have none of those risk factors, just say no, you don't. That would be great to hear too. So I'm hoping that you got some value from this very video. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up. Please like the video, and also please share this video with your friends, family, and colleagues. Questions, comments down below. That's it for this video. It's starting to rain now. As if the rain was timing me to see when I was going to end the video, and then it's going to start pouring. Okay, that's it for today. I'll see you guys next time. Dr. Joe signing out. Let me get out of the rain. Bye.